Welcome back to the Sherwood Urban Farm, and in today's video we are visiting with my friend Linda and we're going to have a look at her garden. Linda's a complete novice
I know nothing.
There's nothing about gardening, and we're going to go and have a look at what she has achieved over not even a whole growing season, half a growing season. Well, let's go have a look.
Okay. I'm a little bit nervous to show you what I've done here.
No. Well, this just looks amazing.
Thank you.
I'm really impressed. I'm jealous about your little
red
purple
cabbage.
cabbages. Mine all just got aphids. They shriveled up and died.
I
It's
feel like
looking amazing.
their time is coming because I've been watching these things for ages, and I'm like, is this what a cabbage looks like? Is this how they grow? Because I know nothing.
No.
Like it's all of these things. I'm just seeing them growing for the first time. So it's
Okay.
very much a work in progress.
Yeah, but you can see how they're starting to head up
Yeah.
now. Anyway,
Well, that's what I was waiting for. Head up. See, that's. I didn't know. I was like, I would just come and look at them like regularly, going like, when's the actual cabbage coming?
Tell me about your carrots.
I wish I could tell you about my carrots. I've no idea. You can see those ones over there, lush and green and large, and these ones, wingy.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is because they all got the same amount of water, the same, and it's not like the light conditions are
Yeah.
different. These ones didn't grow, those ones did.
It's gonna have
And
to
go.
be the soil, eh? It's got to be the soil. I mean, what else?
I don't know.
Because I had the same thing, and we bought soil from the same guy.
We did.
Yeah, and so you got 2 batches of soil, right? Okay. I
So maybe
think
this was batch 2 or batch 1, and this is
Exactly.
the alternate batch. Maybe.
I think he's just producing so much compost at the moment that this is probably not finished composting.
Okay.
And it's okay for
Okay.
some things because look at your
Clearly,
rocket.
it's okay for rocket.
Yo, that's amazing.
It's gone mad.
So what
It
do you
really
do with
has.
your rockets in
Well,
the kitchen?
initially I was just eating it fresh as salad. I mean, we were pretty much eating rocket salad because
Okay.
it was delicious, and we had 2 different types, and the lettuce was going nicely as well. So I put a lot of rocket in with salad. Motorbike, urban farm. So then I started make rocket pesto. I made like a really nice, because I could just come here and get, when you look at a rocket pesto recipe and it says you need like 2 cups packed down of rocket, I'm like, yo, that's a lot of rocket to buy.
Yeah.
I'm like, skip that, I'll just buy the ready-made. But now I was like, what, 2 cups? Is that all?
Shall I make
Is that
2
all?
batches?
So I made a really nice rocket pesto. Actually, it was amazing. Part of me thought like, how good is it going to be? Like, will it really be? It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I just followed a recipe. It wasn't, but I was just like, wow, this is
Yeah, I mean, the guys
fabulous.
are always on about how much nicer things taste from your own garden.
So nice.
Yeah, you see.
But yeah.
Oh, shame. So then
So these little spring onions, yeah,
oh.
they're still edible, but they're just
Yeah.
very teeny. But if you look at these ones, these are the red spring onion.
Oh my word.
And look at him. I mean, he's just about a whole onion.
Yeah.
And
Look at
actually,
that.
when I bought these seedlings, the guy did say to me that if I left it in the ground, it might turn into an actual
Proper
onion.
Okay,
But
did try
that
it
wasn't
from
my
them.
plan,
No, but
because
there's
I like-
bonus. Two crops in one.
Yeah, but and
Lovely.
also it does mean if I don't get to it necessarily, it's fine. It's not going to. Nothing's going to happen to it. Whereas with the other things, some of them, like if you don't get to eat all of it, it's kind of going away.
Yeah.
But even here, look at these guys, tiny little ones and like monsters.
Yeah, but so maybe because these, I mean, they by themselves,
Yeah, maybe
and
these
these
guys
are together.
yeah.
But you can multi-sow them, but I've stopped doing that now. I
Okay.
just do them
I don't even
single
know
now.
what that is.
That's multi-sow. Yeah, you know,
Oh,
when
you
you've got
mean
more than
like
one
more
in
than
one place.
Oh, okay,
yes,
all right,
yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, some people
Oh
are very
yes, because
successful
look
with
here,
it.
these 2 guys are smaller.
Yeah, but they
Okay.
still look good though, because I mean, if you look at the growth compared to the growth of
Yeah.
these ones, they do still look good. Okay, so then this must be
This is the other
wild
rocket.
rocket,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's another cabbage.
Another cabbage.
You must see what mine look
flat
like,
leaf
eh?
parsley.
Mine were like these tiddly little things.
Yeah, and
The aphids got them. I'll build them out and gave them to the chickens.
proud
yeah.
of these cabbages.
No,
I'm
totally.
like, go
be
buddy,
proud.
go.
Be proud. And your carrots are looking good here.
Yeah, but look at them. Look at these guys.
Woo.
I mean, they're like
Were they planted at the same
all
time?
the same time.
Now I'm wondering do they not maybe get a little bit more shade? These are
because the sun
blasted.
goes off that side. It goes from
Oh,
there to
then
there,
I
so not
don't
really.
know. That's
I
interesting.
don't know.
Oh, and your coriander.
Coriander went to seed, or is that what you say?
Yeah.
So it went to seed.
Oh yes. Ooh, technology, yeah.
I know words. Almost immediately. So I planted it, and you did say to me, because when I was telling you what I'd bought, you did say, "Oh, coriander, it might not really."
Yeah.
And it did. But then I decided something else. You said to me, you can just let it go to seed.
Yeah.
And look, little actual coriander
Yeah.
seeds. I'm like, look at that.
Yeah.
So,
And it will self-seed now because now it's coriander's time.
Okay, well,
Yes.
fabulous.
Or what I did, I got myself a whole jar from the seeds. Then I just kept all the seeds,
Yeah.
and then you can put them in the pan a little bit,
Okay.
almost roast them.
Oh, roast them and
Yeah,
then eat
just a
them.
little bit,
Or
and
grind
then
them and
put them in the coffee grinder. Okay, don't put it
coffee
in the
grinder,
coffee grinder.
but I hear what you're saying.
Yes, you can grind it, and then it's that powder that you would buy, coriander powder.
Yeah.
So I cook with it all the time
Yeah,
because
me
it
too,
gives
actually.
like a nice full-time vibes.
But I also thought, this is my environmentalist now coming out.
Yes.
It's a baby environmentalist, but I was excited to leave something for the bees.
I mean, look at them.
They love it.
They do.
When I because I've been taking the flowers off the coriander, off the rocket, just to try and prolong it as well. But when there are flowers here, the bees, this is their first spot they go to. You can see here.
Oh yeah.
some bees.
Yes.
They love the rocket, but when there's rocket flowers are not available, then they go for the coriander.
Yeah, nice.
Which is cool.
Okay. Shame. So the little
Yeah, the peppers also all planted at the same time.
yeah.
This guy grew, but something's not lacquer there, and these three just kind of didn't.
So you know what I
And
had
that
also from Woodland, I bought chili peppers, and then they kind of tiddled along, and then I left them. I was going to pull them out,
Yeah.
and then I thought, oh no, you can overwinter them.
Yeah.
So I did. And this year,
Over winter, what is that?
that means you just leave them because these are summer
Oh,
plants.
okay, cool.
So then you leave them over winter,
Yeah.
and it's not like they're taking up an awful lot of
No.
space because you will still be able to plant the
Yeah.
next crop in. And then next year, I've always found the second year they do better.
Okay, so I just
Yeah.
leave them there.
I would just leave them, and then if they don't next year, then you turf them.
Because also there's and I can't remember because I didn't label things, but there was a variety. So I bought jalapenos, and I bought capsicum, and I bought some other little hot and spicy.
Okay, so these are.
So these I think are the bell peppers.
Yeah.
If this plant makes
Ooh.
it. Oh well, there he goes. This was a bell pepper. Clearly he was not doing well.
Okay. I think it was going to be yellow.
Yeah, I didn't buy greenies because I'm not a big fan of the green guys.
No.
These guys, they've got, I don't know what you call this,
Yeah, it's going to seed.
going to seed.
Yes.
But still edible, and it was so nice.
Yeah. Are these the butter? Do you remember
Butter
the
lettuce,
butter
yeah,
lettuce?
yeah.
Well, I'm surprised that they didn't go to seed sooner because I don't even grow lettuce in the winter. In
Oh,
the
really?
summer, I don't. Because they normally just want to shoot up. It's just too hot.
No, they
But I
had.
suppose the butter ones seem to be fine.
They were great. I mean, it's been 2 months. They very quickly were at a like a usable size.
Yeah.
Wasn't, I mean, they went in as tiny little seedlings, and they very quickly were like a real solid. And we were just going for it. I was giving it away even. Like it was
And
great.
how did you harvest then?
I just picked the leaves at the bottom, the ones that were
Okay.
the biggest ones round the bottom. I
Yes.
just was picking those off
Okay.
as we were going, and then it would make more, and then it just allowed that big central sort of core that was, I don't know what the words are, the bit in the middle that was
Right.
coming out.
Yes.
That part kept going, and I just kept taking from the outside.
Okay.
And there's eggplant over there again. Like they basically, this one started to grow, and I was like, okay, go, buddy. And those other two are like,
They just,
They're
win
just
some,
like-
you lose some, eh?
they're just like,
I
nah.
don't know. I mean, this year I've had the best ever in my entire growing
Oh, really?
career of eggplants,
Yeah.
but not the ones in the ground, the ones in my raised beds.
Okay.
And then the other ones are they're a little bit bigger than that. But
Okay.
Yeah. But here's your butternut.
Butternut is, I'm so excited about the butternut.
Yo.
It's such a big vegetable. It just, you really feel like you've grown something. You know, like when you've got like a tomato, it's like, okay, there's one and there's bunches of them, and it's lovely and everything, but a butternut, I mean, the size of that thing.
I love the marigolds. That is
Yes.
nice touch.
I
Looks
just,
good.
I wanted them for aesthetics, partly, and also in my head there was something about them helping with pest control. I didn't know how exactly, but I just heard that.
Yeah, I mean the
Is that
guys say
nonsense or
it.
is it
No,
true?
I don't know. A lot of people say it. I don't think I've seen that there's been that much difference.
Yeah.
But I like them. I think they just bring so much colour to the garden.
Because sometimes the garden can, like what I'm seeing, it can look a bit messy because everything doesn't grow like all in straight lines and prettiness, you know, like it's just wild, it goes for it. And so I just like that, the colour around it. Yeah, just a bit of something extra.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, tomatoes, the basil, I planted basil in all of the beds where I planted the tomatoes.
Yes. Now that I think has got a benefit is the basil and tomatoes together.
Apparently.
Apparently.
And it's going nicely. And
Does look good.
So that's cool.
The tomatoes are beautiful.
Thank you. I've been having some difficulty with that little green worm that looks exactly like a tomato plant's little stem.
Oh,
that
like a
guy.
Caterpillar.
Yeah, he's a little bright green worm. Very cute if he wasn't eating my tomatoes.
Yeah.
But because he is eating my tomatoes, he is not cute.
No, but I see you got the wasps. Look at them.
Okay.
I've seen them eating those green worms. The wasps.
Go, wasp, go.
Yeah, totally. Just don't touch the wasp. But
Yeah, stay away from me.
Yes.
Eat the green things.
That's it.
This one's pretty much more of the same. It's basically these two are essentially mirrored, except where that one's got lettuce, this one's got a strawberry plant.
Okay.
It's also got underperforming eggplants and underperforming celery. But the tomatoes are going great here as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, look at this basil plant. It's also going to seed now, but it's just also great.
Yeah, it is also, you know, that these things are at the end of their season now.
Okay.
So you want to start planting some of the crops for winter now.
Yeah, so we need to talk about that.
Yeah, totally. And then your strawberries.
Strawberries also just, I didn't realize, I mean, I bought one little strawberry plant and it, like just after I bought it, put it in, it just went.
Yeah, nice.
Great.
Because then this can be your sort of permanent.
Well, that was what I
strawberry
thought. I
patch.
did put some down under a tree over there as well because I wasn't sure how much space they would take up. And that's one of the things I'm learning now is like how much, trying to work out how close, how many plants. Like I'll never buy that many rocket plants again. I mean, the rocket pesto was great, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, some of those things that now that I know just how big they get, those things I'll buy less of that and more of other things that I'm seeing. Okay, these things don't take up that much space, or they don't produce as prolifically.
Yeah.
And then you actually, if you want to be using that vegetable, you need more of them. So that kind of thing. So I'm learning as we go.
Yes. Yeah. And you didn't have a compost heap, eh?
No.
Okay.
But it's in the. I
on
would
the
like
cards.
to. Yeah. I say we would like to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not yet. We've just kind of been focusing on managing to get this going, but compost heap is in the making, or in the works, like so.
So are you going to just buy in some more compost?
At the moment, yes.
Okay.
We actually thought about maybe we should buy, because we needed to look at how much do we need, and do we want to buy another whole load, or do I just want to buy bags?
Yeah.
And then even we were thinking, okay, well maybe every month we buy a couple of bags, and just store them, and then as we need them, as we're planting new things, as we want to supplement, then we add.
Which brings me just quickly to another point. Your beds did not drop in
No, we did not, because someone I know gave us great advice.
I am like filling in my beds all the time now. So that's the sand.
So we put, Andre, fill these beds to probably 2/3 with like
sand.
Yeah, it was sand, but it wasn't
sand.
even. Yeah, it was just soil that somebody was giving away because they had done some work at their house. And they had this massive pile of sand on their verge, and they were, anybody wants it, you can have it. So Andre went and loaded it up. Poor guy. He probably moved about 8 tons in total because with a spade. Because he had to load it on that side, and then at this side he had to offload it, and then he had to load it into the wheelbarrow because there's no way to actually get close here. So then he had to load it out of the bucky and then into the
Yeah,
wheelbarrow.
you can't drive in.
No.
Oh man.
So then he had to wheel it all through. And
It's worth it
but
though.
it has, yeah, because if we'd had to pay, I mean, it was free as well.
Yeah.
If we'd had to pay and then keep filling up, because then it's like, okay, well, what about these things that I maybe want to leave? How do I build the bed up now?
Yeah,
if
when
it's
it's
sunk?
down there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like-
Yes.
So yeah, so that has been great. So
Okay.
that was great advice.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that I went through that process first,
Yeah.
and then because everybody online says to you, "Oh, just fill it with organic matter at the bottom."
Yeah.
That's okay if you're going to be doing big logs, but you're
Yeah.
going to have to fill that thing full with big logs. And then the other problem is, it starts to make sinkholes.
Well, that's the thing, because where there's a log, you know, the stuff's going to obviously
Right.
go through. Here, before this New Zealand spinach went in, we planted potatoes. And so we had this whole long discussion
Yes.
about, do you let them, what is it called? Chit.
Chit out, yeah.
So it'll grow those little eyes and things before you put them in the ground, or do you just throw them in the ground?
Yeah.
And obviously that's the easiest thing. So we
Yeah.
thought, well, let's try the easiest thing first,
Yeah.
and if it works, awesome. And if it doesn't, So yeah, we put 15 potatoes in here. And yeah, we got 2, and this one is
Yeah.
very sad looking. That one's kind of going for it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Potatoes.
so I'm just gonna see. Next time I'll try maybe cutting them in half or something and letting those little
Yeah.
eyes grow, and then we'll just take it from there.
Yeah.
Do that one. And then this is a New Zealand spinach. A friend gave me a pot, and she said to me it grows like a weed. Just put it in the ground, and she was not wrong.
Yeah. And
It
how
just-
does it taste? Like
Excellent
regular-
question. I've not eaten it
You
yet.
haven't? Okay. Are you guys spinach people?
Yeah, we are. So
Okay.
I think what happened, it really grew quickly. So it was kind of just holding on for a little while. And I thought, let me not cut anything off it now while it's getting settled and starting to grow. And then suddenly it was like, oh. So now I'm going to
Yeah,
I'm gonna eat it now.
Certainly have a go at
Definitely.
it now, yeah.
Actually, they're coming here this evening, so maybe I'll feed her some.
And spinach, totally. Let's go have a look at your in-ground garden.
Okay. Yeah, so here, basically this was a bed that we had succulents in, but they weren't really doing very well. They just weren't doing well. So we had this open space. It was already the sandy bed thing. So we just decided, even though I wasn't even sure if anything would grow in here because it's essentially sand, we just threw a couple of rows of compost. And here I had some sweet corn seeds that I already had them, so I thought, well, I'll plant 2 rows, and if they grow, awesome. If they don't, doesn't matter.
Do you know if this was the Bantam, golden Bantam? No, you don't know. Okay.
No idea. It's the sweet corn, the yellow one.
Right.
That one.
That variety.
No, look, I've no idea.
Okay.
But yeah, I just thought, let me just see if it grows, and it has. So I don't know how fruitful, so to speak, veggieful they're going to be, because it's not great soil. It's essentially just sand, and they got smashed by the wind when they started growing. So I don't know what will come out of it, but literally it was a packet of seeds I had, and this is here. So even if we get 2 sweet corn out of it,
Bonus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then my daughter was asking, like, she also wants her own garden as well, and so one of the times when we went back to the nursery and we bought the fruit trees, we just got some extra things that she chose specifically. She wanted cabbage.
Okay.
So yeah, unfortunately the snails really got hold of the outside leaves before we kind of noticed it, but now that we have noticed it, every day we come back and take any snails off or any little babies. So the little ones are actually, little cabbage heads are starting to form in there.
What you can do with the cabbages is you just see all the lower leaves. They like to hide underneath
Yes,
them,
they do.
and so you pull them off. They are not producing. They're
Yes, it's
not
just outside,
photosynthesizers anymore. So you can just clean up all the lower leaves, and then it doesn't give them slugs and snails or hiding place. And then come out at night, and then you catch them. But they still, I mean, if you look at the new growth over
No,
here,
they're actually going nicely on the inside. They look
They
bad
are.
on the outside, but
Yeah.
they're actually going for it. So.
but when you've cleaned them up, it'll make you feel better.
Yes, I know,
Because
'cause
then
even
they're
when I
going to
look
look
at
like,
them.
hey, yeah. And then you got some beetroot in
yeah,
there
a
as
couple
well.
of beetroot happening
Yeah,
there.
you see that's the other thing. Okay, that variety, I asked them at that nursery, are they heat tolerant, and he said they are.
Okay.
But it's fun now. This time of the year,
Yeah.
is you start sowing your seeds for beetroot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I actually had more of them, and they just, they were not looking good. I eventually threw them out.
Yeah.
And we had some green, like a red frilly lettuce. Like
Okay.
green and red, which also the heat just smashed.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, one must also consider that you started your vegetable garden
Yeah,
in summer.
In the middle, I mean, and it was
It was-
hot.
yeah,
It was right.
right
There were
in the
heat
middle.
waves for about 3 weeks after we planted all these seedlings.
Yeah.
Which is why we ended up putting up the shade cloth, just to try, and it's gone now, but
Yeah.
just to try and give them a chance at least, because the sun was just smashing them. But they made it.
No, I'm really, I'm really impressed with how your garden actually did perform during the middle of
Yeah.
summer, because I kind of want to put my stuff in as early as I can in spring, so that by January my things are almost always
Okay,
all finished cropping, and then the eggplants and those kind of things seems to be able to handle the heat better. But I almost feel like I want to just shove everything in the beginning, and then now I start again for autumn before we hit like really cold.
Okay,
Although
yes.
I mean our winters are not very cold,
Not that,
but
yeah,
just
we-
the light, you just don't have as much light.
Mm.
But brassicas, those kind of things are going to do so well.
And then we also planted 2 fruit trees. So ultimately, I was thinking that this will not continue necessarily as vegetable garden, although things are growing here, so maybe I will.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I was hoping to get the fruit trees around here. So we've got a Valencia and there's a Mandarin over there, and they both, they've both grown since we put them in.
Yeah,
So
they're looking amazing.
So they are looking nice and healthy.
Yeah, I
So
think
but
you
that's
should.
a more long term.
Yeah, I think as long as until they are big,
Yeah,
and that they're
and making
shading
shade,
out,
yeah.
you may as well just make use of the
Yeah.
space, because they will benefit from what you're doing there. They'll send their roots,
Yes.
like my lemon tree in my vegetable garden, which I wish I had never put there, but it's amazing. It fruits all year round, and it does really well with
Okay.
all
All the nutrients.
the nutrients it's getting from the vegetable garden.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's nice. Well, Linda, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for showing me your
pleasure.
beautiful garden.
Thank
and
you.
I'm really excited to come and chat to you again about how you got started, your whole journey to getting to this point. So guys, look out for another video. We are going to have another video. We're going to probably have another 2 videos where we're going to take you from the beginning of Linda's journey to what is going to be her next step.